Salut survivors! Welcome back to Solo Podcast channel. In a recent video, I have introduced my innovative automated horde base concept with red and yellow tunnels, the pendulum. For more details on the pendulum mechanics, go check out the link in the description below. If you are a first timer on my channel, please subscribe now for more great videos. In this video, we are going to design and build together an improved, an optimized pendulum. In the next video, we will then stress test it. Now, that current video will be split into two. A first part to discuss the optimizations we will do to the pendulum. And then secondly, we will go through the construction of the optimized pendulum. So as optimizations of the pendulum, we have a couple of them in mind, thanks to the testing we did these past few days against Demolishers, Horde Day 700, and more recently yesterday on the radiated vultures. So one general approach in this optimization is to have a more compact pendulum. This one here is like 22 long by 25 wide. It is very spacious. And to make it more compact will of course permit to have a more economical base, to have it more streamlined, easier to build, and also will permit to have a better defense against the vultures, so that our two SMG turrets cover a higher ratio or percentage of the rooftop. Another aspect in the optimization is to have more smooth pathways for the zombies. So as part of the construction, we'll use more angled ramps, etc. to try to improve the pathways for the zombies. Another major improvement will be here at the back. We are going to redesign the back. The end of the red tunnel and the end of the yellow tunnel are connected here. We will break that connection. Both the red tunnel will have its own corridor going up, its own stair going up, and the yellow tunnel will have its own one as well. It will be disconnected so that there is no more risk to get a zombie dog or a spider who is reaching the end of the red tunnel jumping into the trigger plate of the yellow tunnel. At the same time, we will also change these 5 long 5x1 trigger plates to a single trigger plate. Furthermore, we will do some protection of the switches on the roof. At least the critical ones need to be protected. And ideally, we'll see if we can also protect the generator, but that would be relatively easy. Okay, so that was the different optimization goals for the pendulum version 2, or the optimized pendulum. Let's get started. I will build it in 4 phases. So for each phase, I will have first a brief description and a couple of tips while doing it, and the remainder of the time I will do a time lapse, otherwise the video will be very much too long. Okay, now if you have questions or suggestions, of course let me know in the comment box down below. I'll be more than happy to exchange and discuss with you all on how to build a pendulum, the advantages and disadvantages of each and different materials. Okay, so in order to have a more compact footprint, we will reduce the footprint of a 22 by 25 on that current pendulum here to a 18 by 18 footprint. So we are going to build that somewhere here. Another optimization, but this is at first it might appear a detail, but that will be great, is that you see here the floor is built on top of the dirt, the sand in the desert. We will not build it on top. We will build it one level lower. So we will dig on a 18 by 18. So to dig our 18 by 18, we are going to mark the place first. We have now digged our 18 by 18 square, and we are going to start its construction. I will not build everything of reinforced concrete in a economical design and construction approach. Now it's up to each and everyone to do as you see fit, of course. In order to measure the amount of resources to be used, we'll look at here a first screenshot. Prior to the construction, reinforced concrete blocks, ramps, stairs, cobblestone blocks, wedge tips, wedges. Mostly the wedge tip and wedges are for the tunnels. For the roof we have bulletproof glass blocks and steel pole centered. Then we have steel, of course, for some places that need to be well reinforced. For our furnitures, we will have 2 SMG turrets, 2 shotgun turrets, 8 blade trap turrets, 2 industrial light bulb, 2 speakers, 4 spotlights, 2 trigger plates 1 by 1, 2 motion sensors, and then 8 vault doors powered, and 5 garage doors 3 by 2. Then some 3-wire posts for the speakers. It's just my personal choice for my ears. And then numerous electric fence posts, wire relays, and switches. Haha, we have some visits. Okay, so we have now built our main slab, and we will start building the perimeter walls and inner walls. Now we have put here the skeleton. We can start to visualize the yellow tunnel, the red tunnel, the electrical chamber of the red tunnel, the electrical chamber of the yellow tunnel, and the inner shell core. To design the entrance, we are going to redesign it compared to our original pendulum. We are thirsty. So in order to redesign it, I'm going to look at it from a back to front design approach. So that will be our 1, 2, 3, 4 blade traps. Now, the first blade trap compared to the previous pendulum is going to be a little bit different in order to economize space. Now on the front, we also are going to modify the main entrance. I think that will be our 5 doors here. I think that one here is a mistake. To start to visualize, we will start putting up some doors. Good, that's our 5 doors on the left, 5 doors on the right. Now we will need still to put our disconnecting doors here. So these ones, you don't build them like normal doors. You are going to build them perpendicular to the normal doors. Now it could actually be here. I know, the game doesn't want you to build a door like that. So we're going to put them just after. So you will tell me these doors are very awkward, but what you need from these doors is that they need to close when they receive power. All doors open when they are energized. But these ones, it's the opposite. It's inverted. Meaning that when the trigger plate here, let's put it actually. So when the trigger plate on the yellow tunnel here will be triggered, these doors need to close. While when this one here will trigger, these ones need to open. Actually, I think there is a little issue here. That will look better if they will be like this. Ah, or should that be the opposite? They were the correct ones. Yes, you see? When they will open, that will close entrance and they will be here. So, these ones are wrong, and these ones were the correct ones. Yes. Okay, good. Now the main entrance here will be smoother than in the previous version of the pendulum, in the sense that we don't have any more the disconnects. Okay, we will not have a manual way to do that, but that was a luxury. Now the main entrance here, it's off because it's too wide. Well, that will be too wide. So typically, I build the first 2 levels of every wall in reinforced concrete, because that's where the zombies might happen to bash and cause damage in a normal situation. Above that, there is no need, except in a congested, constricted area, such as the distribution corridors around the doors. So around the doors we are building also the third floor in reinforced concrete. Okay, we start to really well have an overview on how it's going to look now. That's cool. That is starting to look great. Awesome. Now, next step in our construction will be here. We need to prepare the channel to enter. So it's going to be more compact, so it's simpler and cheaper and better against vultures, but this might present some new weaknesses. Okay, I think we start to very well visualize the red and the yellow corridors. Brilliant. Good. So above this we are going to fill in cobblestones, except at a few locations where there is a risk of damage by zombies. There is no need on the outer perimeter, because we always keep the main door open. Oh, the main door, we said we want to be more smooth, so we are going to make it more smooth. That will be our new entrance. And we don't have a manual disconnect anymore. That was a luxury. In our compact version, we don't have that luxury. Okay, here, specifically here, I think we need more reinforced concrete to go higher. Because sometimes if they bash onto the doors and the doors are closing, then they will be bashing at the level 4. Then you have some time until they understand that one tunnel side is closed and they need to go to the next one. So the time they understand, we'll need to have this in concrete. We are going to do some steel upgrade a little bit in between those later and on the main front wall here. But no need to do it right now. We'll do this steel upgrade a bit later. Okay, now we will have our perimeter walls, etc. We are going to do this in a time lapse. Now, at the back of the tunnels, I think we need also reinforced concrete. What if? Like that. Yeah. Okay, now here we will also use some cobblestone on top of this wall for most of it. We are going to design our blade traps, but here for the main arrival we will do in concrete at the funnel of each corridor. Oh, we need more cobblestones. So, you see, needing more cobblestones demonstrates that it is actually really good to not just build everything out of concrete, because as you can see, a big part of the previous pendulum is in cobblestones. So it's really demonstrating you don't need to do all in concrete. There is just no need. Okay. Now, here we want to put our motion sensors located here. Here will be our motion sensors, here and here. So to put our motion sensors at these two locations, they need to be well protected. Good, encased. Then after we put an iron bar here. We said we would try to do the furnitures after. Okay, starts to have a cool shape, and we can really visualize well how it's going to look like. Okay, here that's the beginning of the tunnel. Let's be a bit careful. Okay. On the roof, we want as much as possible to be it to be flat. So motion sensor here, motion sensor here. Up, up, up. Okay. Now let's put our equipment inside here. You start to visualize well, I suppose. Oh, maybe the stairs. Let's do the stairs first. The stairs is also a new design, as discussed. That's part of our new ones. So how can we fit it there? Here we will have the shotgun turret. Maybe like this. Then we connect the two stairs in one. Like that. That is going to look badass. Now to get access under here to repair these electrical fence here will be harder. But look, we have a compact version, so that will be a little bit less optimized on this in this regard. Yeah. Okay, now here at the bottom, it's going to be a bit constricted. I'm not really fond of having it that constricted, but we're going for the compact version, so it's compact. Obviously. Look, I think like this here, normally there should be no risk of a zombie reaching this side and then going to trigger that one. And that's, I don't know how it would be possible. We also need the shotgun turrets and different turrets to shoot in every direction. So I think that will be fine. And then we will have the roof here. We'll do the roof. Good. Before doing the roof, we are going to work on our furnitures. So our blade traps. Now, let's look at our blade traps. First blade trap will be, how to say, standard. So, there. Don't think we need this anymore. No, this. Let's do it. Bam. Second one will be with the ramp. I think last one will be the one at the bottom. Second and third will both be with the ramp. Okay, flat standard, ramp, ramp, flat bottom. Okay. Now we can put our blade traps. And then after we're going to need our wedges. Now, you might be wondering why I build them this way here, these blade traps. It's because of the spiders and dogs. So to go up and hit the head is acknowledged to be a better way. Look, I think there is probably some further optimization that can be done on these blade traps, to be honest. When we will have the two sides completed, we will be able to compare red side to yellow side and optimize it further. But that's not the goal of this current optimization. So we need some cobblestone ramps here. Cobblestone ramps. There. Now, make sides symmetrical quickly. Okay, good. Here it is. We have now completed more or less all the walls, all the basic furnitures. Let's put all our other furnitures now. So the sound system. These speakers will have their own trip wires. That's a question of taste, I would say. That's my taste. It's because when the trigger plate is triggered, we leave it for a long period of time, say 30, 40, 50 seconds, right? Or 30, 45, 60 seconds. And I don't want to get these for 30 or 50 or whatever. I mean, just 5 seconds is fine. Okay, for the light, need to make space. Oh, I wonder if this would create for them a goal to target here the zombies now. I like these lights to show where they are, and it's giving a fancy design, fancy style. Right. Okay, so we have our lighting in place. Motion sensor, we said. One goes here. We'll need to make it look downward. And one goes here. Okay. We will do the wiring last, so I think now we are going to work on our roof. Nice. We still have the switches, the wire relays. It's okay. We can go put this when we do the wiring. Ah, the tripwire. I am not entirely sure how in this new version we are going to put the tripwire here. Huh. Try it from here. From here to here. Okay, so the bulletproof glass, there were some questions about it. It's a plate that you can easily utilize on a roof design to be able to see under while being very well protected of the cops. It has 3000 HP. And you can easily access to repair underground. So here it's not symmetrical. I know we are going to do like that. That's going to look cool. Nice. Boom. Boom. Now you will tell me how do we go down? Here. Here we'll put a little way to go down. So these little centered poles, I put them in steel, right, as you can see. It's more for convenience. I don't think it really needs to be in steel. So it could be in cobblestones. But if it's in steel, you have no chance on upgrading it. It's also the advantage of the glass. You know, if you want to repair, say, this door behind here or here, you will need steel and iron, and then you have no risk on clicking on it by mistake or what. Yeah, that's just simpler. Okay, now the main tunnels, we keep it simple. That's a general good rule of thumb in construction. Keep it simple. We just put one access above each of them. That's it. So this roofing, I'm very happy about it, and that makes things so much easier in terms of giving access for maintenance on what's under, seeing where the zombies are, being some cops, somehow cop speed and vulture speed protected, and all in all the cost of producing it compared to reinforced concrete, for example, it's very much a good deal, so that's fine. Okay, now here we will need to have multiple accesses under. So from here we should check what angle we will have with our nail gun. Nail gun, come here. We'll be able to repair up to this one. Hey, maybe that one also. That one is this one here. Not bad, not bad. Okay. And then from here, we'll be able to repair there also. So, I guess we can just do like that. We'll test. We can change the roof later if needed. Ooh, I'm so excited to go test it now. But that will be for another video. Think as a gun, we will need to have access to our generator. Or if we don't put the generator here, we'll need access to the main power source. So the generator could be in a room under here. We're not going to do that in this optimization, but that will be under here, I think. We can demolish there and there. And we could develop these walls actually. That would make things more sturdy here to not motivate them to just bypass and cut through directly. That can be an option to just develop these walls. Yeah, actually that's nice. So we could develop these walls here, and then we'll have the generator. So we need to be able to have access to the generator. So to have access to the generator, we need a way down here. So we are going to build a ladder going down, and adjacent to it the generator. I think that's the way on how we do it. Okay, good. I think that new version is going to be awesome. Woo! What else? What are we missing here? We are going to need hatches. Hatches. You know what? I prefer to get that typically because then you see on which side you're opening it. You know, it's always the problem here. Ah, the famous plates. We got to need plates identical here. Plate, 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 plate. Oh, you know what? Just like that. That's cool. Yeah, you need these plates to put to attach the hatch to access the sensor. The one to attach to access this light here. Um, so that's why these plates are required. Now in which direction will it open? Like this. Okay, let's try it. Good. We're down here. We can do our maintenance. You know what? Let's put them now. Electric fence posts. Sounds right. So 6, 9. We'll have 9. That's because we are making it more compact and we are modifying the stairs. There might be a way to modify the stairs differently, but look, we are not going to modify the whole thing now. No, we are going to put them here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Yes. And the last 3, there will be one here. We normally never have to come back here again. We'll still put a hatch at the top, but... So 6, 7, and then 8 and 9. We'll put one straight and one with an angle. Then we'll see how it looks like that. Okay, and here it's our way in and out. Okay, where are we missing a hatches now? I think that's pretty much it. We have to protect our switches. So I've been thinking our switches could be under here. Say he. I know we cannot put it under. Oh, the glass should be above. Yes. Yes. So these switches will be the switches to access, to open our trigger doors. They will be protected from the vulture spitting there. Spitting vultures. Good. So from here, we can go and open and close without it being at a risk of being spit at. This is for this trigger door, yeah? Right, just to make sure we understand each other. For that one. That one. Okay, good. While we are putting the switches, let's put our other switches. I like to put some disconnect switches for blade traps and for electric fence. It's also for testing purpose, for maintenance. It's good to be able to disconnect one and to be able to quickly reconnect. So we are going to put the switch for the blade traps just under the doors. So that's simple to memorize. And then the switch for the electric fences will be here under. Normally it's always on. Let's eat. Okay. Another advantage of having these switches is that here, to summarize, we have 3 switches each side. It's symmetrical. So, where's our wiring tool? Here. Okay. So, shit, sorry. Exploiting the screen now. Good. So basically, from our generator, we are going to connect to our motion sensors, right? Okay, motion sensor. And then from the motion sensor, we are going to connect to our blade traps through this switch and to our electrical fence posts through this switch. Now, these switches can be used as a main disconnect. Say for some reason you want to shut down all the electrical fences for testing purpose, for example, or you want to shut down the blade traps and the electrical fences for maintenance. That can happen to have an advantage. Now, the second advantage that if for some reason, when we are going to test it in a Horde Night day 7000 and the game stage of, I don't know, 500 or whatever we'll do. Let's see what we'll do that in the coming days. But basically, things could go haywire and this motion sensor could break. If that would happen, then you could, during the battle, connect this generator directly to the switch. Either from here or from downstairs. But I mean, from here is needed. That's why we have this switch, this access here. And here you can easily access from above. Anyway. Okay. So it is... Oh, should we put it like that? Maybe that will look better, actually. Yeah. Yeah. And this can present some other advantages. Okay. So in terms of wiring, now we have started to wire. I'm going to explain all the wiring better, but before doing that, let's check. Did we finish to build all? No, here we haven't finished. Let's finish the roof here. So we have established our lower footprint. We have improved our design with a single trigger plate. We now have 2 separate stairs. We might see perhaps we will add some devices additional here if needed. We have not yet put our towers. Our turrets, sorry. Let's put our turrets and do the steel upgrade. So here, which one do I have there? SMG. So the SMG ones, as we have seen the other day, they are obviously very critical to shoot at our vultures. So I'm thinking they should be a bit more offset like this. And then we will put the angle on the shotgun ones, looking really downward under there. Now I fear there could be a risk that they will come to shoot here. Really for real here. I think that will be fine to simply put some bulletproof glass blocks here, like that, for now. I think that should be very fine. We are missing the forged steel. Let's do our forged steel upgrade. So earlier I have been a little bit fast. Oh, we need to make it a little bit better here, no? Oh man. We need a minimum of cool looking entrance. We will need a welcome sign. Okay, now here, in here, we are going to need to put some upgrades to steel. Here, zombies might go in this corner and bash the walls. I don't know. Okay, let's continue our steel upgrade, but basically, in our steel upgrade, you want to upgrade the corners here, looking toward the inner part. You want to upgrade this wall at the second floor, at the second level, and this corner, symmetrically, obviously. Okay, and at the back, you don't want them to want to bypass the whole thing here either. Okay, so here's at the end of the tunnel. Boom. This way, we are not going to create a bypass where for some reason it would be easier for the zombies to break here rather than do the whole door. Okay, that's the purpose of building this. That really looks awkward there. But okay. Good. So we have now successfully, let's see how much steel we use. 200 steel only. That's super cheap. Oh, I like to also upgrade the blade traps also. Let's go upgrade the blade trap. Now here, that could be a good idea to upgrade it as well. I have a feeling when we are going to go into the advanced. Good. So here there will be a high chance that they will be under here, okay, at some point in time. But we have a good position to launch grenades here. Molotov, grenades, shot with guns and all this. That's okay. Here we can repair as usual. Same as the other one. So, we now have completed the construction of all the walls, foundations, floors, and installed all furnitures. Now it's time to do some wiring. I will, off camera, finish a few things, put a few torches here to get some lights in the main distribution corridors. I will put some wood bars all around here to avoid the spiders to go up, or if ever in emergency we can go on the side and fight there. So I have a few small things like this that I will do off camera. Now what is important is this wiring. Let's get started with this wiring. We will need our wire relays, we will need switches, and we will need our wiring tool. So first is to understand or explain the concept here on how we are going to wire. We will have power to go from our generator bank to the motion sensors, and from the motion sensors to the tunnel straps. That's one part. That's, say, network number one. Then we have network number two, which is the power coming to the trigger plate behind here. And that network two, when it's triggering the network plate, then the power is coming back in order to open these awkward doors, meaning close them, in fact, and open the trigger door of the opposite side. So we need the power to go from the generator to the trigger plate, and then from, say, the red trigger plate back to the front to close the red entrance, these doors, and open the trigger plate of yellow. Okay, so we need to do that in a symmetrical fashion. For this, we are going to put our relays. So we can put a relay to go from here. Yeah, that should work. Relay to go and relay to come back. I'm not sure if when coming back that would be too near. Maybe here could be good. Let's try like that. So the to go from the generator to the trigger plate. It's too far. We'll need to add. I mean, no, stupid me. We just put a relay for that. From the generator to the relay, and from the relay to the trigger plate. Now that trigger plate, when it triggers, you want it to close the red side. So we'll need to go here. From here, we are going to close the red side. We'll test all this after, of course. Whatever you do, you have to test it. There is a lot of wiring. It's easy to make a mistake. Anyway, now we need to finish here. From the trigger plate, we went to that relay here, and that relay to close these doors. Now we need to go from this relay to open the yellow side trigger door. So we'll need the relays for that. Unadvised, just do everything symmetrically whenever you can. Do we use here? That's the opportunity we needed to use this, I believe. Up. It's more compact, so in the third version it was highly spacious. So we didn't have to be too much compact. But here, you know, all these ones, they might not look like great. But in fact, their position is in such a way that normally you should be able to find a way to connect to it. Either from here or from here. Yeah, so if needed, you know, in the panic, you can rewire in an emergency. And the trigger door. To the trigger door. That's here. Okay. So here it's important to summarize once again. The power of the network 2 goes from the generator to the trigger plate at the end of one tunnel, say the red tunnel. We'll paint it a bit later, off camera. And so from that red tunnel trigger plate, it means the zombies are reaching the end of the tunnel. So when they are triggering that trigger plate here, you want to close these two entrance doors, and you want to open the trigger door here. Okay, so we are going to do it symmetrically now. It will be pretty fast. From the generator to the trigger plate, up. from here to the trigger plate. Good. And now back from the trigger plate to the front. Here. From here we go to close the doors. Good. And from there as well, can I catch it from here? Ah, it's here. From there to this under one. Perfect. To open the trigger door at red. Okay, trigger door at red open. So this side is done. What we have not done is the lighting sensor. So when this one is triggered, you want this light to turn on. So that you know that it is triggered. Okay. So that's our network 2. That's the network to close and open the doors when zombies reach the end of tunnels. So we did that network 2. Network 1, it is the blade traps. So which could be dart traps, could be many other things, but I just find for the fun of testing easier with blade traps, and it works really well against demos anyway. So network 1, from the power supply. So here what we could do if we use too much power is to have 2 generator banks, but because we have only 8 blade traps and 4 turrets and they are rarely all concurrent, then it's enough generator for now. But otherwise what we could do is say this generator is for network 2 and we put another generator for network 1. If you design this base say with a little bit longer tunnel and 6 blade traps instead of 4, and you want to put more than just 4 turrets, that's probably a good idea to have 2 generators, 1 generator per network. Anyway, for us, that's fine. So network 1 is the blade traps. So as we did earlier, from this generator, we already have gone to this motion sensor here. If you recall, yes. And then from the motion sensor to these 2 switches here. From that motion sensor, we also need to go to open our main garage door. That's critical. Okay, good. So that motion sensor is done. What is not done, it's... yeah, we need to have the juice. Let's get some juice, so next time we go downstairs, we'll put some juice. Okay, let's continue. From our motion sensor here, we have already wired to this switch to go to the blade traps. Good. Okay. So that's our energization, that switch for the blade traps. And now this one will be for the electric fences. So I'm going to do it to show to you how to do it, and on the other side I will do it in off camera time lapse. So from here you want first to go to the opposite side. Wait, let's try to have it as much as in line as we can. And do this one. Like that. So you can wire from that switch to that relay. Can I go straight? Yes, it's straight. Now from that relay, you need to go to these electrical fences one by one and connect on this side. And it's important to do that way because then all the ones that need repairs are on this side. They're on the inner part. So basically you never have to go there because here you are protected by all these shotgun turrets and all this. There you are very much weaker to defenses. Oh, that's cool. Okay, let's do it fast now. Okay, for the last one, it seems I need to go under. Cannot do from above. Okay, let's check now together. These blue ones at the end, how does it fit? Bah, that sounds really good. That sounds really good. And then what we are missing is the trip wire and the lights. So when this trigger plates triggers, no, it's when the blade traps trigger. So when the blade trap triggers, you want the light. And on the opposite side, we are going to do it from the switch itself. From the switch to the light. Okay. And then we are going to put some power. Okay, now the power is on. We are going to put it daytime, so we'll see better. Good. Now, we have completed the wiring 1, the wiring going through this motion sensor. We have completed the wiring 2, the wiring going through that trigger plates, right? We have the wiring 3, that's the one going through that switch here. Good. And then from that switch, we'll go to our manual trigger door. So you see, we have 3 entrance doors. The main door here is open through this motion sensor from network 1. This trigger door will be open from network 2 of the yellow side. And this one is a manually open trigger door from that switch here. Chook. See? Okay, now zombies can enter here. Now when they go through that motion sensor, this will open that door. We need to put some iron bars here. Can I put it from here? Maybe I can. Oh, we need to modify the glass. Let's put the iron bar first. And the glass above. Oh, our first guest. Please come in. Are our switches on or not? Turn switch on. Turn switch on. Okay. We need to put this properly looking like that. Perfect. Is there... some here. You want it to be on zombies. Wait, it's here. Obviously, it's not for us, it's only for zombies. It's instant and 30 seconds. Okay, it is 30 seconds here. But it's on now. That should work. Yay! Welcome! First shoppers for testing. So you see the first dog arrived here. It triggered that one. We would like one to go to the end. So to go to the end, let's disconnect the fences. This one. No more fences. No more blade traps. So that they will go to the end. Trigger that trigger plate, and the trigger plate will be able to witness the opening, closing of things. Anyway, we were doing this motion sensor. Let's go back to that motion sensor. Did we put a motion sensor? Yeah, it's there. I got a doubt for a second of it. What happened? Good. We did not wire this side, right? Okay, I will wire this side. Okay, let's do it. I'll do it now in accelerated fashion. So these trigger plates should be set to 45 seconds and no delay. So this way, when these happen, it means that zombie has reached the end here, right? It will go to close the yellow entrance and open here for 45 seconds, while that door will open for 30 seconds. So there is a little chance that a zombie crosses here in less than 15 seconds, but it can happen. And so if this happens, then it means that we are for a couple of seconds, this door is closed because of that ending, and that door is closed because of that ending. If this happens, well, for a few seconds they will accumulate here. You can shoot at them or just wait, and when the door will reopen, shoop, they will initiate again the process. That's because of the timer of 30 and 45 seconds. You can do it differently. Yeah? That's just how I do it. Okay, here's the one for the blade traps. So now we have the electric fences. Good. Now we need the tripwires. So the power to the back is here. We are going to power the tripwire. That's for the sound alarm. Yeah, well, it means it's when they reach the end that there will be the sound alarm. It's not necessarily meaning they are at the end, but until the pimps don't provide a device in the speaker to be able to say it's not constant, then that's how it will be. Oh, by the way, we need to say here, set it, may I set it for 5 seconds? Why cannot I? Ah, I need it to be nearer. Okay, now let's test it. It's working. This side, power 2, boom. And then from this tripwire to here. 5 seconds. Okay. Now let's test here. Good, the light is on. The alarm is working. We didn't test this light on this side. The light is working. Okay, so we have our lights working, our alarms are working, the fences are put, the blade traps are put, the doors, networks 1, 2, and 3 are on, right? 1, 2, we did it at the beginning. Yes, we see 3 wires, 1 pair though. Okay, we are good. The lighting on this side we didn't do. Wait, I would prefer here to do directly from the switch if the blade trap would be breaking. And it's the first one, so that will be the first one to break if ever. Okay. Next in there is our turrets. Okay, so our turrets, we need to wire our turrets. The easiest way would be to use the forward relay we have put there. Can we catch it from here? I think so. Yes. Now, what we are going to do with this, the shotgun will really focus on the what's in the corridor here. Maybe more like this actually, so it can also help whatever could come from the other one. Oh, sorry, that's the SMG turret. So the SMG is going to look more upward, like that. And the shotgun turret is going more downward. like this. We'll see if this glass is a problem. We'll do some tests. And this one will look up one. Ah, bah, there is already one vulture. So, it already detected the one vulture. There are no bullets yet, so yeah. We'll need to put some bullets. So in this video, we have gone through the construction of the pendulum together. After a first quick review of the improvements to be made to the previous generation of pendulum, that new one will be able to take even bigger hordes. Now, before testing it, I will do a little bit of painting, put some lights or torches, put some wood bars at the perimeter at the top, and tomorrow we will then test it. Now, if you have liked this video, please leave a like, subscribe to our channel to get more great videos. And if you have any suggestion, comments, clarification, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to exchange with you about that new innovative base design. Our next step will be to prepare ourselves for running a test for day 7000 at a very high game stage. Please leave me in the comment which game stage do you think the pendulum can take. I think that should give some comments down below. Okay, so until next time, have a good day and cheers!